All right. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Sheila Curry. I am with Strategic Partnerships Division in the Prince George's County Executive's Office. So welcome, everyone, to the fiscal year 2023 Community Partnership Grant Application Workshop. So thanks, everybody, for joining. We have quite a few people in today's workshop, so I really appreciate everybody coming on and participating. So today, this workshop will be 1 hour. We're going to do it in two parts today. Normally, we do the whole workshop on the application, but today we're going to do it in two parts. I'm going to do a shorter version of the application process because really the process hasn't changed this year at all. Last year, we had a brand new online portal, which we have again this year. It was so well received and made life so much easier for us last year that we're obviously going to do that again this year. So nothing has changed. The portal is the same. The application is the same. So I'm going to do a shorter, just an overview of everything for this year. I'm also going to leave the workshop recording from last year's workshop on our website. It's been up there all year. I'm going to leave that one up because it goes into more detail on the process and the portal process. So I'm going to leave that up. I'm also going to include this workshop on the website as well, because the second part of this workshop today will be a panel discussion of three wonderful folks that you'll see on the call. It'll be Diana Leon Brown, who is the Director of Strategic Partnerships, Tiffany Turner Allen, who is the Executive Director of Nonprofit Prince George's, and Amanda Wagner, who is the COO of Employ Prince George's. They're going to do a panel discussion in the second part of this workshop. So please stay tuned for that. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to share my screen. So just bear with me just a second. All righty, can you guys see that? All righty, good. All righty, so welcome to the FY 2023 Community Partnership Workshop. Again, like I mentioned before, there's nothing that's different in the workshop this year or in the application. We still have the online portal, and the application will open on Friday. So here is the timeline for the application. We'll send out a press release on Friday. I'll send it out in an email to everyone. And that will have the link to our website, which will have a link to the application. So you can either click it through the press release, or you can click it, you can go directly to our website and click, it'll say apply now at the very top, and you can click that and get right and straight into the portal. And I think Jemiah will also put it on our Facebook page, so you can access it there. But the application will open on Friday. It will not open today. Today is just the workshop explaining the process. Okay. Then the application deadline will be Friday, November the 4th at 5:00 p.m. So close of business Friday, November 4th is the deadline to apply. The application portal will shut down at 5:01. So please make sure you guys apply. You have 1 whole month to get your applications in, but at 5:00 on that Friday, the application portal will be closed, okay? The award decisions will come out in April of 2023. And then the grant funding that will go out to the awardees will come out sometime in May of 2023. The final reports, most of us know that the final reports are due 30 days after your program or project is complete. Okay. And that really hasn't changed at all. Okay, again, the application opens on Friday, October the 7th, this coming Friday at about 8:30, 9:00 in the morning. So just check our website, the press release will go out, and Facebook, I think, probably will also have information and a link to the portal. If you don't see it anywhere, you can always email me or any of us at PGC Nonprofits or you can call me. I think my phone number was in the email when I sent out the link for this workshop. So please call me or shoot me an email and let me know you don't have the link or you can't find it. The deadline, of course, for the application again is Friday, November the 4th, 5 o'clock. And 5 o'clock, it's a hard 5 o'clock. So please don't wait till the last minute to do your application. Please get it all in because you will not be able to do it after 5 o'clock. Again, the same maximum award for any application is $100,000. That's always been the same. And again, this year we have the online portal, which was very successful last year. So we're certainly going to keep that. And it's exactly the same user-friendly portal that we had last year. Who is eligible to apply? That again is the same as it's always been. You have to be a 501c3. You have to have been in business for at least 2 years. You have to serve as Prince George's County residents. Your organization does not have to be in Prince George's County, but you have to use that funding for Prince George's County residents. And you have to show good standing in the state that you were originally incorporated in. If it's Maryland, you'll show good hands, good standing in the state of Maryland. If it is the District of Columbia, it's clean hands, they call it in DC. And Virginia, you'll have to show good standing in Virginia. But even if it's not one of those 3 states, whatever state it is, we need to see that you're in good standing with that state. Okay. The online application is exactly the same. Here are the 15 different sections, exactly the same as they were last year. So I'll just go through each one really quickly, just so as an overview from last year. Okay, so when you click the link to the portal, wherever you get it, if it's in the press release or you go to our website, when you click it, this is the very first page you'll see. This green box right here, Start CPG Application, you will click that. That's how you will begin your application. Once you click it, it'll bring you to this next page. This page is the organizational information. So this is where you're going to put all your basic information, your name, address, where the services are provided in Prince George's County. That's very important. We want to see where you're located or where you're providing services. I think the most important piece of information on this page is the email address for us contacting you. This is critical because you have to put an email address in there that you actually check the email account on a regular basis, because that's how you'll see if you've been awarded funds or if you've been declined or if you have an incomplete application. This is the email address that we're going to use. So please make sure that you put an accurate email address in there. And the rest of the information is self-explanatory, but please complete that. So once you begin your application, you put all this information in and you click Save at the bottom, you're going to get an email directly from the portal and it'll look like this. So make sure that email that you put in there, it's going to send it to that email address. And, look for community partnership grant notifications and this non-reply at COPGMD. That's where it's going to come from. Okay, so look for that email because this email is important because it's going to have your application tracking ID number. This number right here. So that's the number that you're going to use when you go back and start to complete your application. So once you start, that's the way that your application is tracked. So in that first page, this is where you put that application ID number and click check so that you can get back into the application and finish. You don't have to finish the application the same day. You can start it one day and finish it the next week and 2 days later or whatever, but that's how you get back in to complete your application. Okay, so look for that email. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through each section so that everybody's clear on what we're looking for. Again, nothing has changed. Same application, same information we're going to need. Same portal as last year. Section 1 is the service category. Here you will click, whatever service that you're going to be providing. If it's training or education or a nonviolence program, whatever it is, you would click that, you click the drop-down box and click whatever the category is. And then you're going to click who you're serving, if it's pre-K or elementary, high school, college, whoever it is, click that and save. After each section, you'll see a save box. Click save so that it saves your information. So if you have to leave the portal and you come back the next day, all the information that you saved is still in there. So you don't have to put the same stuff back in again. Okay, section 2. This is support category. This is where you're going to put whether you're asking for program support or general support, either one or other. If you click other, you'll get a box that you can put in there a description of what other is, and you can explain to us what you're looking for. So click one of those boxes and save. Section 3. This is where you're going to tell us your funding request. You'll put your program or project title in here, the amount that you're requesting from the community partnership grant, the period of time that it's going to cover, as well as the number of residents or clients that you're going to serve. Okay, and save. Always save. Section 4. This is lists of sources and amounts of other funding obtained for this particular project. So once you click this brown box, another box will come up and you can enter other sources of funding that you're receiving for this program. We want to see if you guys are, getting other sources of funding, which is a good thing for your programs. So you can click that box and enter as many, grants or contracts or things that you're getting for this particular program. Section 5, this is partnerships. So this is where we want to see if you guys are partnering with other organizations, or a lot of folks, dealing with kids will partner with the school system. So if you have a partner, click yes. If you don't have to have a partner, just click no if you don't, that's fine. But if you do and you have an MOU, you don't have to have an MOU, but if you do and you want to upload it, you can upload it here. You can browse on your desktop and put click the file in there and and then upload. Once you upload, it'll show you exactly, a box will come up that'll show you exactly what you've uploaded. If you want to change it, you can delete it and upload something else. But that's where you would put your MOUs if you have one. The next section would be fiscal sponsors. If you have a fiscal sponsor, you do not have to have a fiscal sponsor. That is not required. But if you do have one, click yes. Once you click yes, there are a series of questions that the fiscal sponsor will have to complete. But those will come up and you'll see what they are. Once you finish this section, again, click save. So here, I did put here, if you do click yes for fiscal sponsors, the fiscal sponsor will have to complete the first page of the community partnership grant. And if you click this blue here, the link, it will come up and you can print that and give it to the fiscal sponsor so that they can complete that information for us. And that page is really just the same organizational information that you completed in the first section of this application. We also require that they send us an organizational budget. So you would put that information here, okay, and then upload it, okay? This is only if you have a fiscal sponsor. Also, we would require the audited financial statements, a proof of IRS tax exempt status from that fiscal sponsor, and a list of their board of directors. All of those items can be uploaded here and saved. Always click save. But again, this is only if you have a fiscal sponsor. Okay, section 6, presence in Prince George's County. Once you click this drop-down box, just tell us how long you've been here. If it's been 2 years, 5 to 10 years, 10 to 20 years, click whichever one it is and save. Section 7 is service provision by council managed district. So here, if you've if most of your services are within one of the councilmanic districts, just let us know. Click one, or you might be serving several districts. You might be in Denny Tavares's as well as Daniel Glaros, either one, or you might be in the whole county. So you can click Mel Franklin or Calvin Hawkins. Or if you're not serving any one particular councilmanic district, just say no. Either way. Okay, and click save. Section 8, that's prior year grants and contracts. So this section we want to see if you have received any prior year grants or contracts from Prince George's County in any department of Prince George's County or the county council, anywhere in Prince George's County government, please say yes. Once you click yes, a box will come up and you can enter in each one. If it's a grant or a contract and where it came from in the past 4 years. If you've never received any, just click no and move on. Final reports, section 9. So final reports, if you've received community partnership grant funding in the past, we do require that you submit a final report 30 days after the program is complete. So this section really is for folks that have received community partnership grant funding in the past. So 2019, 2020, 21, and 2022. If you have not ever submitted this, click, know that I have not submitted my final report. A box will come up to submit it. You can upload it right into that box and submit it right here. If your program, for instance, for 2022 has not completed, or if you're not finished that program yet, just say no, and a box will come up and explain. It's just the program is not complete yet. So, and that's totally understandable. So, but just let us know either way and submit your final reports here. Oh, let me just say this. This blue link right here will take you to the Washington Grantmakers website, and that is that'll show you what we're looking for when we say final report. It'll give you a wonderful example of what it should look like. So that's why we have the link here, so that you can use that to do your final report and submit it. Section 10 is your proposal narrative. Again, this section has not changed. We have the categories here: organizational mission, statement of need and problem, project description, organization budget, project budget, and organizational information and capability. So that hasn't changed. These are the just the submission instructions, number of pages and font and that kind of thing. That's always been the same. So, complete your proposal narrative and just upload it right here and make sure you click save. Sorry. Okay. All right, so this next section is 11. This is your organizational budget. So right here, if you click the blue link in this section, there is an organizational budget template in there. You can click it, save it, and complete that budget template, and then upload it here. This is the entire organization's budget, and that's what we're looking for in section 11. So complete that and upload it here. Again, there's nothing new about this. It's the same for several years now. Section 12 is the program and project budget. Again, this is the same as it's always been. Click the blue link and a template will come up, and you will have a project budget there that you can complete, upload it to the portal, and save it. Section 13, this is the assurance section. So in this section, and this has been the same as well in all of our applications, this is where you're going to let us know that, yes, you're going to administer the funds as you said you would do in your budget in your proposal narrative. I'm sorry. Funds received must be used in Prince George's County solely for Prince George's County residents. The applicant has read and will conform to program guidelines, programmatic evaluation, and financial reporting requirements. The applicant organization intends to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Agrees to provide your organization's most recent audited financial statements and or your 990, your IRS 990. Made you understand. And so you have to sign it. The person, when you click this box here, it is like your signature. You are certifying that you are the authorized person of the organization that can certify and assure to all of these things. So once you click that, save it, and it is the same as the old assurance page that you guys had to sign with blue ink. I don't know if anybody remembers that from years ago, but make sure you click this and save. Okay, section 14, which is probably the biggest section, which is all the required documents. This is where you're going to upload everything. Okay, and the first one is the IRS determination letter. And that determination letter is the IRS's letter that they send to you when they deem you 501c3. Okay, it is not the letter that sends you the federal ID number. A lot of folks send us that IRS letter, but that's not the letter we're looking for here. It's the one where the IRS has deemed you tax exempt, that you are now a 501c3. So that's the letter you upload there. The next one is the IRS Select Check. Here you will click this blue link. It will take you right to the irs.gov website where you can complete the IRS Select Check. Here, there are 5 steps. I've put the steps to complete that IRS Select Check. And this is where you're going to see, we will see, each 990 that you filed in the last 3 to 4 years. So that's what the IRS Select Check, but you do have to complete that. You can screenshot it, print it, upload it here. But please do complete that. Okay, next is your audited financial statements or your 990. You do not have to give us both, one or the other, audited financial statements or the 990. And you can upload it here and save. The next one is your W-9. Please make sure you sign the W-9. We've got quite a few last year that were not signed, so please submit your W-9. Your signed W-9 here. The next one is the good standing. So I do have links to each for Maryland, Virginia, and DC, directly to those state government websites where you can check for good standing. I have examples of what they should look like. So submit your good standing here, upload and save here. The next one is the ACH form. The link in blue is an actual form that you can print, complete, and we do want you to complete this even if you've done it in the past. A lot of folks change banks or change banking account information and that sort of thing. So please complete that even if you've done it every year. We need to make sure we have the most up-to-date banking information for you. So upload and save that here. And the last thing as far as required documents is the SAP vendor number. So if you have received funding from the county before and you have a SAP vendor number, put that number here, okay, and save. If you do not have an SAP number, click the link, the blue link down here at the bottom. It will take you directly to Central Services, to their form. Complete the form for SAP vendor number. And it'll go directly, once you click submit on that form, it goes directly to Central Services, and they will then issue you a SAP number. It will not come the same day. It will not come probably in a couple days. You probably have to give them about a week or so to get that SAP number. They will send that to you. But as far as this application is concerned, once you, submit that form, just click this button here, this box here, that you've completed the form and save. So either you have a number or you're going to complete the form and click save here. Okay. But if you have any questions about your SAP vendor number, please send an email to us at the PGC Nonprofits email address and let us know, or to verify that your SAP number is correct. Or if you have any questions about that, just shoot me an email. Don't hesitate, because that's critical for us. And then that's it. So the last thing is to print your application. This blue box, print your application before you submit. Okay, so print it and then submit. Just know once you can submit your application, you click that brown box, you cannot go back into the portal. Okay, it's done. Your application is complete. You will get an email from the portal that says you have submitted your application successfully. So that will be it, and that will be the last email that you receive from the portal, and that's pretty much it. This is exactly the same as it was last year. Nothing has changed about the application. So I think that's it. How much time do we have? Okay, we're right at 30 minutes. So I don't really need to review the required documents. Again, this last year's workshop is on our website. So all of this with this PowerPoint presentation in it. So you can look at that as many times as you like if you have questions. But if you still are unsure about something, please don't hesitate to shoot us an email at PGC Nonprofits. Let me see where that is. There it is, PGC Nonprofits at co.pg.md.us. And Jemai, if you could put that in the chat so folks can see that, that would be great. Or my phone, I'm always around, I'm always available. Many of you already have my cell phone number, so please give me a call if you have any questions. But I think that's it. Jemiah, are there any questions in there that you think we might need to answer right now?
Yes, there are quite a few questions that came through. Let's see. Okay, we have a question from Cynthia Mann. My organization's yearly budget is about $50K. Can we provide a copy of the 990 EZ?
Oh, easy, yes, absolutely.
Okay, let's see. Can we submit a screenshot of the MD STAT good standing instead of the certificate?
Yes. Yes, you do not have to spend the $40 for the certificate.
Okay. What is the authoritative date for the certificate of standing, good standing? Is it any 2022 date?
Yes, it's within 6 months of November the 4th, the deadline of the application. So within 6 months of that, you can for your good standing.
Okay. What is the average awarded amount to applicants?
So there really is no average. The maximum for any application is 100,000, but yeah, there's no average.
Since we are applying in November of 2022, should we submit our 2023 versus the 2022 organization budget?
Yes, your 2023 budget.
I think that how old can the good standing document be?
It has to be within 6 months of November the 4th, 2022.
Hey, Sheila, when you get a chance, drop your phone number in the chat. A couple of people are asking what your number is.
Okay.
I'm going to post the website again, guys. I posted the email a couple of times. Are the priorities the same as last year, or are the non-COVID opportunities going to open up again?
That's a good question. And that's something I can't answer right now. We can, because the panel is community partnership grant panel. We'll have to discuss that and see what the need is in the community. So whoever's asking that question can probably shoot me an email And we can discuss that at another time, because I'm not quite sure yet how they'll handle that. But that's really more of a panel, the whole group discussion.
Okay, what is the max percentage that salaries can make up of the grant X?
30%, only 30% of the grant can be used for salaries.
Can you apply for the grant with another out-of-state nonprofit?
Yes, as long as the funds are used in Prince George's County. And if they are, yes, absolutely. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But the important thing to remember is the funds have to be used in Prince George's County for residents here.
My headquarter is in DC, but has offices in Prince George's County. Should the good standing be for DC and Maryland?
DC, if you're incorporated in DC, the good standing is from DC. So it'll be DC's clean hands.
Is the previous Prince George's County grant recipient question specific to your overall institution or individual program applying for the grants?
Wait, you say that one again?
Is the previous Prince George's County grant recipient question specific to your overall institution or individual program? That's from Dawn Moreland. Dawn, can you send us an email?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking there.
Is there a preference for program versus general operating requests?
No.
Okay, how do you determine who gets 100K or 10K? Is the grant amount based on the organization's budget?
No, it's based on lots of things. You can send me an email about that one, but no, it's based on a variety of things.
What happens if the grant is not fully funded, i.e. asks for 100,000 and receives 75? Does the program/project narrative need to be resubmitted and or amended?
No, you can't resubmit nor amend it. Yeah, you would just have to, well, you would have to adjust your program based on the funds you receive, but yeah, you wouldn't have a chance to resubmit, no. Mm-mm.
Okay, I just dropped our email in the chat again.
Okay.
And I'm going to drop the links to the website. I think those are the questions that we had. Oh, here's one more. The project is out of state, but the youth and adults, sorry, it moved, but the youth and adults of PG County are volunteers. Is that permissible?
That would be you send me an email about that one, because I just need to make sure that you're clear that you're serving the folks of Prince George's County, because when you say the volunteers are here, are those the volunteers the people you're serving? So that's maybe a more specific question. If you want to shoot an email to PGC Nonprofits and ask that question, or call me about it and we can discuss. But the idea is serving the residents of Prince George's County. Your employees or volunteers can't just live here. The money spent has to serve the people living here.
Is the review rubric public?
The review rubric is right in the proposal narrative. So when you look at the section under proposal narrative, and you'll see organization mission has 10 points, and each one of the items under proposal narrative, each category, when you write your narrative, has a score next to it, a number of points. That's how we score you, based on those points.
Okay, we have from William Horn, for previous grants in Prince George's County, can we list state level grants operated in Prince George's County or only county level grants?
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm trying to let Diana in.
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing.
Okay, wait.
Do you see her, Sheila?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, there she is. All right, great. All
Yeah,
right.
no, I was going to jump in and the county executive sets the goals for the year, so we will follow her mandate on priorities, and that's public and that's in her report. And so if questions arise during the applications, we will contact the organizations for clarification. And the COVID funds are exhausted, so there's no more COVID unique specific funds. So I just wanted to clarify some of those questions.
Okay,
All right, thanks.
thank you. All right, I think we're good as far as questions, so that we can move to this panel discussion, because now we only have like 25 minutes left for that. So I am going to, did I stop sharing my screen? Yes. So we will now, I'll turn it over to Diana for the panel discussion with Amanda and Tiffany. Diana?
She's on mute, I think.
You see her?
She needs to be unmuted.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
When you stopped talking, for some reason it muted me. All right, this is technology. Well, thank you, Sheila. That was fantastic. Any additional questions, please email them to our nonprofit email address. And Jemiah has also placed the website link where the recording will live, the Facebook link where the recording will live, and information about being on our directory or updating your directory information. Please contact Jemiah through the email address. Specific questions for the grant, please contact Sheila, or you can just send them to the email address. We all look at it and we will respond accordingly. So thank you so much. That was really informative, and we're hoping for a good grant year. Since we're very limited on time, I just wanted to provide an opportunity to introduce or reintroduce some of our community partners that also have resources for our nonprofits. We have Amanda Wagner, who's the COO of Employ Prince George's, and we have Tiffany Turner Allen, who's the President and CEO of Nonprofit Prince George's. I'm going to give them each an opportunity to speak and share the resources they have for nonprofits, whether that's support for grant writing, training, space, et cetera. So why don't we start with you, Amanda, and then we'll end with Tiffany. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Diana. Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Wagner, again, Chief Operating Officer with Employ Prince George's. We're the workforce development entity for Prince George's County. And I'm sure you all have probably engaged with us in some form or fashion. We're busy. We're all over the place and have a lot of outreach happening across the county. I wanted to first and foremost invite you all, if you're not already a member of our American Job Center Community Network. That is an organization that is a combination of entities that work together to help solve some of our most difficult challenges, collaboratively. So Tiffany and Nonprofit Prince George's actually helps convene a monthly meeting with our stakeholders with the American Job Center Community Network. And that's about, I think we're up to 125 partners now, Tiffany, that we work with to, solve workforce issues. So I'm just going to take a step back and kind of explain it a little bit more because it gets a little bit confusing. But essentially what we've done is we've created the first network of organizations that are working collaboratively to solve workforce issues. So you could be a nonprofit that provides food or housing stability or a specific training program. What we've done is we've created this resource where you all can work together and collaborate to help address these issues together. So I noticed when Sheila was presenting, I think priority number 5 was about partnerships. A great way to start developing your list of partners or become more engaged is to join our American Job Center Community Network. And that is really just an MOU, an agreement that you're willing to participate and be a great partner and a resource to those in Prince George's County. And we, add you to our directory, invite you to our meetings, and then you'll become more exposed to different agencies and entities that are working on similar things to help uplift our community, to help people become employed. So that's my first thing. I'm going to drop a link in the chat for the AJC. I'll also put my email address in there as well if anybody's interested in joining. I'd be happy to send over the MOU to you. Again, it's very simple. You can sign it and then we'll invite you to our meeting. So excited to offer that. The second thing was the rapid reemployment grants. Diana was nice enough to remind me of this, and it's a really good one and something that can really benefit organizations. So in response to COVID-19, we were awarded funding to support businesses, including nonprofits, assist with their employment and retention needs and capacity building. So we have a grant application that's live on our website now, and organizations can apply for reimbursement for Prince George's County residents that they hire to join their organization. And essentially what this means is if you identify a new person to work for you, we will reimburse 75% of that person's salary for their first 12 weeks. So essentially we're incentivizing businesses and nonprofits to work with and hire Prince George's County residents to get us back to full employment like we were pre-pandemic. So I will drop that link in the chat as well, because that is a great opportunity. I think we dispersed about $5 million last year. So we have a lot of money out there, and we hope to continue on that positive trend this year. And last but not least, I know we don't have a ton of time, but I did want to mention in one of the initiatives that we're doing with the American Job Center Community Networks is partnering with Maryland nonprofits for the Standard for Excellence certification program. This Employ Prince George's will be sponsoring 6 nonprofit organizations to go through the Standards for Excellence training. And really that's a best practice for nonprofits developing organizational governments. It focuses on 6 different areas: capacity building, accountability, sustainability. So it really just demonstrates to funders and the community that you're a good steward of funds and have great resources and governance in place to be a successful organization. So that application will be dropped here in the next month or so, and we would love to see you all apply for that opportunity. I think that's all I've got. Diana, I know you mentioned space and things like that. Of course, we've got the American Job Center in Largo and National Harbor. If anybody ever needs any space to facilitate workshops, work with job seekers, you're welcome to reach out to us. Oh, she's muted again. Tiffany, if you want to jump in, oh, there
we go. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So anyway, so thank you so much. The information is in the chat. Jemiah will also distribute the information, and we will post everything on our website and our Facebook page. And I'm really trying to encourage our nonprofits to look at these resources. Go ahead and apply, and put your best foot forward. We're trying to find ways to access more funds for our nonprofits. We've had a really good couple of years. Our nonprofits are really performing very well, and we've been sharing that information. So we're trying to encourage you to reach out to some of our partners and see if you could apply and qualify for additional grants and give you the resources to help you apply for those grants. So with that said, I'm going to introduce you to Tiffany. Tiffany, please take it away.
Thank you, Diana. So I first wanted to start off by again saying thank you to the Strategic Partnerships Office, because you're not just talking about collaboration, you're showing collaboration. And so this is an example of that. It's so critical and important. I wanted to first talk about, I'll start with the space piece, right? So we actually opened up a nonprofit resource center here at our main location. So nonprofit Prince George's County, while we serve the entire county, we actually are physically based in Bowie, Maryland, in Vista Gardens Marketplace. And we recently opened up a resource center, and it houses multiple nonprofit organizations at different stages of their development. So we have mailbox spaces available, we have co-working space, and we also have physical space available. And some of our amazing nonprofits that we're currently working with in this capacity, it's NAMI of Prince George's County, Youth Professional Development, Maryland Latinos Unidos, CAPAs of Prince George's County, Kappa Alpha Psi of Prince George's County, and the Prince George's County Central Democratic Committee. So all of those organizations currently have some form of space in our resource center, whether it's a physical office or a mailbox, or even utilizing the co-working space. And then we also have a conference room that's available as a resource. Now, here's the thing about collaboration I think that is so important, is that it's not just about bringing people to our space, and Employ Prince George's has talked about space that they have available. We also have an amazing partnership with Ivy Community Charities. So we are in the midst of getting ready to, they are about to open up the Ivy Vine, which is a nonprofit incubator space. And that's located further down in Central County. And it's going to offer a number of different office spaces in addition to technical assistance and support. So it's an ongoing program, but the unique part about their particular program is that some of their office space will be provided at no cost for several years to nonprofits that kind of go through this capacity building program. And so be on the lookout for that. We're going to be sending some information out, more information about that particular program in terms of as it launches, because I believe it's going to launch in January, but the collaboration efforts are so critical. I've been talking with funders, whether we're looking at elected officials that provide funding, whether we're looking at foundations, whether we're looking at agencies, and all of them over the last few years have been talking about how do they maximize their impact, and how do they're looking to find collaborative efforts, right? How would we more collaborative? And so nonprofit Prince George's County has been around for 21 years. I've been at the helm now almost 3 years. It feels like it's been much longer than that. However, with that being said, we have worked on really creating a robust set of programming. So our I2 Lunch and Learns, which has been our ongoing capacity building series, we've extended that. So it's gone from 8 to 10 workshops every year. I want to say we have a partnership coming up with Prince George's Community College, where we're going to have Mr. Kevin Bellamy as a grant writer. He's going to facilitate 2 workshops this year. And it's not just on the grant writing, it's understanding the unique needs and nuances that each grant or the grantor who we're looking at is for funding sources, what they're looking for. So what we're looking for, what a grant would require maybe on a local level would be very different than what it would require on a federal level. And the Strategic Partnerships Office had a workshop on that. I believe it was last month. And so Mr. Bellamy in our upcoming workshop, I believe it is coming up November 16th, as a matter of fact. So he's going to be talking a little bit about what these things are. Are we ready for these partnerships? What we need to look for and how we need to collaborate to strengthen the application process, because we've been so many times we focus on one source, but those funds are limited and they get depleted very quickly. So not only are we looking at and trying to help our nonprofits look at additional opportunities for funding in terms of grant applications, but we're also looking at what do non-traditional like NTR revenue opportunities look like. So that's a non-traditional revenue stream. How do we look at fee-for-service models, because although we're nonprofits, we are still businesses. And so we are key economic drivers in this community. And so there are other ways that we need to look at how do we become sustainable, because that sustainability piece is also something that our funders are looking at in terms of whether they should fund us to see if this program is going to be able to exist beyond the next year or beyond this funding cycle. And so again, we have our Lunch and Learn series, which we send out information on. We also provide a lot of technical assistance. We provide one-on-one technical assistance to nonprofits or nonprofit members that call us with various issues and questions and concerns. We have been working at creating more of a collaborative response and partnership with our 27 municipalities throughout the county. And again, it's about removing some of the pressure and expectation from one source, whether it's just the county executive's office or whether it's just a non-departmental grant. And how do we look at expanding that, because our nonprofits are doing such amazing work, but we need to be able to be connected to other entities that can utilize and help fund some of these partnerships that we have. We I'm proud to announce that we are going to be transitioning the Stand Up and Deliver program from the county executive's office. Has been an amazing program for the last few years, and it'll be transitioning to nonprofit Prince George's County. And so be looking for more information for that coming up in the next month. And the other thing that we've started, we have a nonprofit advisory work group. And so although it's a closed work group, it is a work group of nonprofits that have been specifically selected, and there's still some space available where we look for nonprofits that are doing work in a specific area so that we have a well-rounded group of people present so that we can get feedback. We talk to them monthly. We do a monthly check-in to share what we know is going on a policy level and to hear what is going on in terms of the work that you're doing. What are some of the challenges? What are some of the needs? What are some of the successes that you're seeing and that you're having in your organizations and in the work, so that we can take that information back that helps to inform how we do our advocacy, where we do our advocacy, and gives us that extra information and that extra push. We also have a monthly survey that is coming out. So please, I just ask you, I see how many people have turned out for this workshop, and I'm excited about that. I just ask when when you see this monthly survey come out, it's very quick. It's literally, it'll take 10 seconds to complete it. Please fill that out because data is so important. So people are looking, I need to make sure that we're able to speak to what the need is. And sometimes people aren't picking up the phone, or we're not necessarily seeing you in person because you're doing the work, right? You're busy doing the work. But this is another avenue of us sending out this survey to get you to complete this on a monthly basis. And it's literally just a multiple choice, just click the button so that we're able to go back to funders and say, this is what our nonprofits are saying the need is. This is what they're saying their concerns are. This is how you can help our nonprofits further. So I think that, Diana, I mean, we have so much that is going on. I will also say that we are very committed to partnering. We work with Maryland nonprofits. We're in the process of finalizing an agreement with them that all of our members for nonprofit Prince George's County will get free membership to Maryland nonprofits for 1 year. So that's an initiative, and there's just a great benefit to being a member of nonprofit Prince George's County, as well as we're partnering with Greater Washington Community Foundation to find out and to talk about getting more resources directed to Prince George's County nonprofits in terms of they fund regionally, but we want to make sure that we're getting a greater and a more fair and equitable share of those resources. So if you're not a member of nonprofit Prince George's County, I encourage you to become one. And if you are a member, I encourage you to continue to engage with us and interact with us. And I thank you for your membership, and we work very hard to support you. So that's it that I have for right now, Diana.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Tiffany, thank you. Amanda, thank you. Both of you have just been such terrific partners. I know I'm on the phone with Walter at least once every 2 weeks. Tiffany, you and I talk almost every day. And Amanda, you've just been such a great connector for us. We've been really trying to find ways to connect and find more opportunities. And I'd like to encourage those who are listening to take the opportunity to be interviewed by Jemiah. We have a feature on our Facebook page where we interview, we have a spread called Meet the Executive Director. We interview the Executive Director. It's an opportunity for you to really share and promote what your organization does, your success stories. And in addition to being a great marketing piece for you, and it's on the County Executive's Facebook page, it's also a tremendous resource for us when folks are asking us, do you know an organization that's working with children or someone who's working with mental health? We can actually point them to that. And it's a lot more effective than us trying to, give the elevator pitch on your behalf. So I'd like to encourage you to take advantage of that. They're very quick, very easy. And I think it's just an additional thing that we can do to help share the work that you guys are doing within the county and promote that. Also, we have a electronic nonprofit directory. Anyone who's received a grant from us in the past is on it. Please email the email address if you are not on it or would like to be on it, on information about it, need to update the information. That's really important. Lastly, many of you are on our email distribution list. If you're not, email Prince George's nonprofits email. You want to be on it, and I highly recommend that you put several of your staff on that email list. people come, people go, they leave, and we really rely on that to immediately, especially when something happens immediately, you know, we'll send out a notice first through the email, then through social media. So I highly recommend that you put yourself and a couple of other folks that are on your team to make sure that you receive the information, and also to look in your spam and make sure that it's in your contacts or it doesn't go into your spam folder. That's also really important. Lastly, if you could also email us if there are other things that you'd like to see a workshop on that we can do. We would love to get that feedback, and we'd be happy to organize it and promote it. We have a few things on the pipeline. We're trying to do more workshops regularly with different folks in the community, folks in the region, and that you guys might find beneficial. So we're also thinking about having workshops in area groups, for example, mental health, youth services. If you think that would be helpful, let us know. So we're very open to your ideas, and we would really welcome your feedback. And I keep saying lastly, but there's just so many things. lastly, we also have the local development grants that will be opening soon. There'll be a separate workshop for that. Those grants historically have been for a 3-mile radius of the MGM space. We've expanded it this year. The board has voted to expand it to 5-mile radius. So if you didn't qualify for it before, you may actually qualify now. So you want to go, and Jemai, if you could kindly put that link as well into the chat so they can check. There's a little map feature in there. You type in your zip code, and it will let you know if you qualify to apply for that grant. I don't believe you have to be physically located in that 3-mile radius, but I believe you have to be servicing residents within that 3-mile radius. That's really, really important. Okay, I think that's all I've got. I want to thank Sheila for organizing this. You guys did a tremendous job. Diana, welcome back. She's our OMB person. I don't know if there's anything you want to add in terms of vendor numbers or things that are on the OMB side that our listeners should be aware of. If so, you can put it in the chat. And again, do not wait till the last minute. So it's a hard stop at 5 o'clock on closing date. I really recommend you try to get it in a couple weeks in advance. That way, any glitches or things that happen, we can deal with sooner rather than later. We don't want anyone to miss out on any of these opportunities. So thank you again for attending, and I wish you all a really great afternoon. Thank you, Amanda and Tiffany, again. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye.